Hi, it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel where I get vocal about workplace bullying, harassment, intimidation, and all actions in between. As you can see, I am with these beautiful, lovely ladies here, Sharafat and Vanessa. And in my last video, I shared with you guys what we asked for. And today we are going to be discussing what we got. We are going to be reacting to a recording, and since these ladies were a part of that, I wanted to be able to invite them to react with me and share their thoughts and feedbacks on what we experienced together. I have heard this recording already with my legal team, but this is you guys' first time listening to this. I need to set the scene. Going back to the last video, if you need to go and watch that, I gave you all the backstory on how we got to this moment, to this recording. We asked for a group meeting, and that's what we thought we were going to get. When the recording started and that is not what we got, I simply pressed record because I saw that the conversation was going left and going in a direction that we were not privy that it was going to go in. With that being said, I don't have like the first couple of minutes or moments of the conversation, so I'll just fill you in. On this call is myself, Nicole, Sharafat, Vanessa. We have the fairy godmother, we have the unicorn, we have Miss Trenchbowl, we have Ursula, and we have Elmira. And you'll see who those individuals are, and I've already discussed them in last week's video. Now, Trenchbowl comes in at the top of the conversation. She doesn't acknowledge who she is. She doesn't acknowledge who Elmira is, who is HR. No introductions, no pleasantries. She comes right in and says, "Is everybody here?" And Ursula provides her the details that everybody's there except for one person that she ended up texting that got on a call, which was the accountant. Also, I want to add that everybody had their cameras on except for Miss Trenchbowl. So everybody is visible and are able to see each other but her. She acknowledges that she is in the airport. That's what happened, if I'm not mistaken, before the recording. Let's get right into it.
And I have to be careful with this because I feel like by having all this protocol, you all are taking it as though we're, and I just feel like it's punitive, but it is not punitive. It is, we are not legally, if this continues to escalate, then if it goes to court, then if it goes to that court, there are specific steps that they are going to want to see that it took. And we have to be able to show that you take those steps. But if you have court, you have to take those steps because it's the right thing to do. We need to understand from each person how you feel. They need to understand that if you're feeling harassed and all these other things, it has to be documented. And we need a full, when we say investigation, I want to be clear. You all are under investigation. Under investigation. The work that we're using.
So, okay, what we just heard, right? First of all, just for additional context, the team wanted a team meeting.
It's in video before this one, but continue.
The team wanted a team meeting. This is our first time even hearing about legalities.
Facts.
Like, we had not heard, nobody was thinking legal. No one was thinking we want to sue. Nobody said anything about that. So it was kind of weird that she was like, if this goes to court, who is taking it to court? Like, we just want to have a team meeting. That is it. That is all. So she's like, if this goes to court, they're going to want to see that we've taken certain steps. Like, who is taking it to court, ma'am? Nobody said nothing about that. And then on top of that, she's saying if Ursula, if we have to do an investigation on Ursula, first of all, you already gave us a lawsuit wrapped in a bow in the sense that Ursula is there and she should not be. That is called intimidation. She is not supposed to be there. In fact, she's not even supposed to be working because she is under investigation.
Let me add to that. So what also did not happen on the recording is there was no explanation of what EEO is, what the investigation is. None of that was explained. As you can hear, she's saying that Ursula is under investigation. She's saying that, right? She's telling us that sis is under investigation. So what conversation we're having right now, I don't think anybody really knows.
I don't even think we're asking for her to be under investigation.
And so again, this is coming so far out of left field that I think right now our minds are trying to keep up. Me, it's just given, this ain't going right, press record. Because
for me, I was just confused. Honestly, it seemed so like they had escalated it. Mm-hmm. And that's why, like she said, us trying to keep up with it. It's like, y'all fast forwarded to a place that it didn't really have to go to. Like, nobody said anything about an investigation. Mm-hmm. No one asked for an investigation. No one said we wanted her to be investigated. They were, when I tell you, they were trying so hard to not hold Ursula accountable that they skipped over just having a team meeting to just, we're going to give her an investigation, and then try to make it seem like, and then Ursula acting like we asked for it. Like, we didn't ask for this. We wanted to have a conversation.
You try to resolve some issues, because prior to that, they kept saying that, because at the time, we were new. Yeah. And they kept saying that, oh, you guys are new people. You guys are being influenced. So we took it upon ourselves to write that email to say, hey, we want a team meeting. We're not being influenced. There are some things that are going on that we need to be addressed.
And I just thought that because we were newer, that it would be even more of a reason to say, hey, we need to talk. Because, like, why jump to a investigation? And it was crazy because there wasn't room for dialogue at all. So it wasn't room for us to jump in and say, you're talking about taking all these steps, but the one step you missed was the team meeting. Like,
before we even get there.
Before we even get to investigation, you didn't even try to talk to people.
Yeah, let's resolve this. Let's try to resolve this.
Like, right, like how we talked about in Nicole's video, my video with Nicole, their conflict resolution was piss poor. Like, they, as grown women, cannot simply sit down and have a conversation.
She's an investigation. She's under investigation. And depending on her investigation, though, she can absolutely be turned down. So this is very serious. We are beyond all coming together around the table and talking through things. But this is escalating. This is very serious. But it's escalating beyond that. Now, you all have the option if you want to speak to just and God, or if you want to speak to God. You know, you want to decide where you feel most comfortable, because I believe you want to feel comfortable to speak your whole heart, your whole truth, because there is someone's career at stake, depending on how their investigation goes.
Can I just, okay, it's giving, we're in trouble. Like, the tone that she's carrying is that we're the ones that are in trouble because she's under investigation. Now, again, how we got to her being under investigation and us being reprimanded for that is beyond me. But also, I want to just say this. The amount of time sis says protocol, investigation, I need y'all to understand.
This is serious.
And this is serious. I would like somebody to count that and put that number in the comment section below, because any psychologist would tell you when someone does that, say something multiple times, there's something behind it.
And not only that too, she says on here, she says, we are beyond a meeting. You don't even work here, ma'am.
You don't even see us day to day.
You don't work here. So how do you know what we're beyond? You don't work here. You have not talked to everybody. If everybody is saying we want a group meeting, obviously we are not beyond a group meeting.
And that, and she kept saying her career is on the line. So our career is not on the line?
Right.
Isn't that why we're trying to have a team meeting?
Health is not on the line?
I'm like, girl.
But here's the thing, if her career, first of all, her career is on the line because of you.
Yeah.
We just said we want, and that's what Nicole is saying is, it sounds like we in trouble because she under investigation. Ain't nobody said nothing about no investigation.
No, we didn't even ask for it.
We didn't ask for it. So her career is on the line because you put it on the line. We could have really had a group conversation and this could have been over with.
Squashed.
The end. But y'all so badly don't want her to have no accountability that y'all jumped over the moon, earth, and stars to give her this investigation that wasn't even real. Like,
that part.
Fake news.
Fake news.
And I will tell you all, if there is true, to the level where people feel threatened and all these things, I want to take swift action. You got my word. But I just want to make clear that there is accusations and that we are not all coming together and having a talk. This is an investigation. And I want to be clear. The investigation has been if we have to go on the proper protocol, if we have got to get one by one, understand what is going on, and what the reasons are, and from there, there's subsequent steps to follow. The board has already been notified, the executive committee on the board has already been notified of what's going on, that there is an investigation, and I will now a follow-up of what's coming from an investigation. So I just want to be very clear with everyone. That this is not punitive to those who are reported. It's actually the reverse. We have to know in depth what is going on, what has been going on, so that we can then complete the investigation.
But wouldn't she know what's going on if we had a group
Team,
discussion?
we had a team meeting.
Like if we were to have a discussion right now, like we were supposed to, because they bamboozled us on this call to do this, right?
Bum rush this.
Because we asked for a group meeting. Now she's saying that she needs to know what's going on. Wouldn't you want us to have the group discussion so then therefore
so
you know what's going on?
And I want myself to tell my involved prosecutors a correct, report of what's going on. It needs to be filed correctly, and we go from there. So I just want to be very clear. I don't want you all to feel dismissed at all, because it is important to hear you all out. If everything has to be done, it's in order in a public call. And just because you all feel a certain way doesn't mean that we get to be up and go outside protocol. This is very serious. Now, the reason why I gave you all.
Do you hear her?
this is serious.
Just because you feel a certain way
Doesn't mean we can go outside of protocol.
We're already outside
we
protocol.
outside of protocol.
Like, we are already outside of protocol.
What is the protocol? You don't have the protocol.
There. What's the protocol?
You don't even have no protocol.
Normally in a meeting like that, they would tell you typically this is how we handle these things.
And this is what we are in the process.
They will go through the protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They
Again,
have not
none of
done
that
that.
happened. Mind you, these two are new. She's never even heard of
This trench ball.
Miss Trenchbowl. Barely even. Well, you didn't have any interactions with Elmira HR either.
Yeah, I didn't even
So
know her.
she's.
I didn't even know Elmira
no
was
one.
there.
She jumps in and says, "Is everybody here?" And then proceeds to do this.
Did
so
you even know about Elmira?
sort of.
When I first came in, she gave me this something she wanted to. I forgot. But
She was
had
doing an assignment because remember the old team had pretty much told Ursula that they're not going to work unless issues got addressed. And so that's when they went and got HR, who only handled problems when they arise, but not actually did HR.
And in hindsight, I really feel like I shouldn't have been a part of that because I was new.
Right.
But I felt like the only reason why they kept me so I can give a good
thing. So they can have it on record because there was no record before then. So now they have their one positive feedback.
But I was only there for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
So therefore, so that you all can understand that this is a cumulative too. There is processes that you can in place. So we clearly state when there's child language that is being used, that there is a different protocol that needs to be followed there so people know. And so that's what I wanted to make clear to you all today. So I'm not calling to ask to there's something that I may have guessed that we need to add.
I think you stated everything correctly. I just wanted to add that I want to make sure that it's also a good faith complaint, because also if it's not in good faith and people are just making things up, I also have
Pause that. Now that was a problem.
That was a big problem.
Because here's my thing. We're new.
Making what up?
What do we have to make up and we are new?
What do we even gain from making anything up as new people?
Like, why would we, like, that right there that shows the lack of professionalism and the lack of seriousness. Like they can't, like you can't take them serious
At all.
Like people just, why would anybody want to make up anything on you? Like why? Like it's really sad. Like, oh, when I tell y'all this lady, like all of them really showed they behind on this meeting.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, after that, I really didn't think very highly of either one of them. I tried to be cordial because I'm going to still be professional. But in my mind, when it comes to HR, I really expected more out of Elmira because I felt like your job is to make sure they can't and won't get sued. You failed. Sis, you are a contractor. I could sue you.
Mm-hmm. Individually.
So I just thought this was some crazy stuff because you were leading them to hell in a handbasket. I don't even see her point.
And she also, Elmira even dropped the ball is having Ursula
on the call.
Are you crazy?
Like that right there, like I said, like I told everybody, that is a lawsuit wrapped in a bow.
Hello?
We got 8 years.
Merry Christmas.
We got 8 years to decide when we want to sue all y'all. Because you just handed out, she is not supposed to be on that call. Again, she is not even supposed to be working. She's supposed to be on leave until the investigation is over. That's why I started looking up Elmira. Because I'm like, there's no way you're a real HR person. And you allowing her to be. All of this is what can lead you to a lawsuit, EEO or not.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. We can just start now because it comes to one person, and I don't love that. I like for everyone to be able to speak for themselves. I need to understand, and you all can do it directly, if you all have felt that this is a claim of harassment and is retaliation, I need to know. If it is, then we have to absolutely follow those protocols that I laid out. If it is not, if it is more of a personality conflict,
ain't nobody say nothing about no harassment
At all.
Ain't nobody say nothing about harassment. And we said it was a communication issue.
Now, I will say, I did say I fear retaliation because I hadn't made my... Because I said I fear retaliation because I haven't even done my 60-day evaluation.
I'm just saying in your email?
In my email. I said I haven't even reached my 60 days. I'm afraid if I speak up and say what I want to say, I can get retaliated against. I said that.
But that makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense.
It does.
And that's what I was talking about.
Nobody, so here's the thing.
And I explicitly stated that.
And so that's why she's saying that the claims, because what are these claims that she's talking about?
I don't know. And the thing is that was confusing me was they didn't even go over the whole EEO. Like, because I know EEO in so many different capacities. They didn't make it specific to ours and what we had going on. And they didn't make it specific. And I think what was why Ursula should not have been there is it should have been open dialogue for us to really have a conversation. Hence why that is intimidation, because we can't talk about it with her there.
Well, especially if we're talking about EEO. So now we're supposed to put in the chat whether or not we have an EEO complaint against the person that's on the call.
And then we're not supposed to fear retaliation. If I say, yeah, she does A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'm not supposed to fear that if I come into the office, now she's going to start looking at me and doing certain things to me in the office.
Which she did.
I feel like out of everybody, Sheriff got the best lawsuit.
Like she really retaliated against me.
You got a good 8 years to make up your mind. And it really just showed how less they thought of us.
Right.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like, in my mind, like, do you think I'm stupid? Like, you're not supposed to be doing it.
And she's also dropping hints that somebody is speaking on our behalf.
Yeah.
That somebody's talking on our behalf. Like, it's not us. Like, y'all don't have a brain in your head to actually have a problem to even want to address it.
Or the fact that Ursula didn't do things to us. She did some things to us. That's why we're even complaining in the first place.
Right. Which is why we wanted to have a group discussion to just put out there and be able to move forward. But again, I put a lot of all of this context in the video before this so you can understand the perspective everybody was coming from in order to get to this meeting.
After that, you couldn't tell me there's something funny going on with that money.
Yeah.
Something funny with the money.
It's something funny with the money.
It doesn't make it a good place to work. That is a different conversation. Because then the form where we all come together and get out our grievances, absolutely, that's fine. But if it is truly harassment, discrimination, or someone feels as though their job, is a retaliation, like that is a whole other set of protocol. So I just want to call. And if you all can just sue myself or entertain directly, then let us know that it falls to one of those three categories. just things not right in the truth and it needs to be addressed because they're not right. And we feel like we can be honest, and I don't feel like my job is in jeopardy or anything. Then absolutely, this is the point that us all to come together and get out our businesses and be a part of it. She should be here and understand what is going on in the organization. And if it's her doing these things,
She don't understand what's going on in the organization.
but I need to be crystal clear from you all what situation I'm dealing with. So I'm going to pause. But if you all please this directly in the chat box directly.
Now, we got to put in the chat box. You see, she never gave any room for anyone to ask questions.
At all.
She didn't give any room for there to be no clarity and for them to explain things. We literally had to write our questions in the chat box.
It wasn't a question. It was a response.
With me, I was asking questions because I was unsure. I was so unclear about, like I said, what context are you talking about? When you say EEO, what do you mean?
Like different variables.
Yeah, because there's different contexts in different situations. So I'm trying to figure out how this applies. Because usually when there's the EEO and it's harassment, it's sexual harassment. So I'm kind of confused when they say harassment. I'm like, what do you mean harassment? Like retaliation? Okay, I do. Like you said, I did fear being retaliated against. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I just felt it was so strange for them to do it like this. I feel like they purposely had her there so we could not talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's like we needed to have clarity and we were not given the room to have clarity.
More importantly, she started with Ursula is under investigation. So she's already under investigation. Why do we need to put in the chat whether or not we have an EEO complaint
or not,
or want to actually have the discussion we've been saying we wanted? That's the first part. The second part is I'm a whole contractor. So I didn't put anything in the chat because I'm not an employee. So that doesn't apply to me, which is why when I saw this conversation going in this direction, I was like, record.
I guess I got outs too because I was like, because I told Almira straight up, I don't know you. You're not in my handbook. I don't have to talk to you. I told her that verbatim.
I just had a bunch of questions.
I mean, because right now, to be honest with you, this is almost bully behavior.
Yeah.
They are.
I don't think it's almost. It's bully.
They are. I'm saying this part is almost because I feel like it's undeniable as we go along.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is the start of it in terms of I need you to put in the chat. Again, a lot of us are confused, and I'm not gonna lie, I am too. But I know the fact that I'm a contractor, so I ain't really got to indulge in this. But I am still like, how we get here?
How we get here? Why?
That's literally and that's why I felt retaliation because it felt like we just came and said we wanted to have a meeting. Now we're in an investigation. And this is my first time even saying anything, so it's kind of like, yeah, I feel retaliation because look at what's happening. We just came with a complaint. Now it's a whole investigation. Yeah, I feel retaliation.
Yeah. And the tone that Trenchbowl has is just giving. Ooh, like we're the ones in charge. Like we are her kids, and she's reprimanding us. And now we need to rectify. Like it's all wrong to me.
And then we really got time to sit here and worry and lie on. Like we want to create this environment. Like as if we just want to sit here and go through this. Like that's just lack of common sense.
It is.
We just all gonna come together and make up something. Now, mind you, they done had people quit already.
And already complained about things about Ursula.
People done resigned already. So now you got 2 new people. We having issues. So we all just like, this is the most idiotic thing I have ever seen in my entire career. This is some idiots to me. Because like, what? Yeah. Like, 1 + 1 is always equal to. How do we get to 1,000? Well documented. So it's whenever she wants to sue you, oh girl, either one of y'all, it can be the organization individually. Y'all just really wrapped this up and gave it to her and said Merry Christmas. Happy birthday. Right. She can eat off of y'all whenever she ready.